And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Red Bro. Welcome back to the WD Black Open Cup, powered by AMD Ryzen. This is the second lower bracket semifinal that we have for you today with Godlike and QQQ. Joining me for today for the caster's desk is Pranathi. How do you feel about this game, dude?
Honestly, this game looks very intense at the moment with both of the teams, fighting for their lives right now. Because if you lose this, they're going to be out of the tournament. So we can definitely see something crazy from both of these teams. And Godl is very strong on the from the looks of it so far, and QQQ has proven them so far. So it's going to be a crazy matchup going up against these two teams.
Definitely. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a best of three. So we're going to be seeing a lot of explosive rounds jumped out between these two teams. And the way that they're so evenly matched, we might just actually see it going to map number 3. But looking at the map veto screen, we're going to go right onto Ascent here. And it's going to be the first map that both these teams are going to play in. Really, really strong playing ground for testing out your tactics and your strategy, given the fact that it is centered around that mid control. So, Pranathi, what do you think about this one?
So far, Ascent, right? QQQ were able to pull off insane comebacks on Ascent. And Bones usually, one of the players I keep my eye on usually, is going to be on that Killjoy, as we've seen before. He wasn't able to perform in the first couple of matches, but when it came yesterday, when it mattered the most, he was able to pull off insane clutches on overtime with that Killjoy in hand. And I possibly could see him going back to that clutch, clutch god. We'd call him the Killjoy. Is going to come back out for the sides of Bone. And it's a pretty basic combo that they've been using for a while.
Right, and looking at map number 2, it's going to be Haven, and an interesting choice of Icebox on map number 3. So it is going to be really wildcard maps going on to the subsequent maps after Ascent, because on Haven, you really can't predict how you're going to be on attack if you do not get your shots right, if you do not get your rounds in before the start of the next half. When you're on defense, you're going to be in for a world of hurt on that particular map. And Icebox is Godlike's playing ground, even though it is a map that is also deemed as a wildcard entry because of the fact that you have so many angles to cover, so many little tiny spots that defenders can tuck themselves away in. So it's going to be up to both these teams to see how they actually circumvent these challenges in the subsequent maps. But we're going to go right onto Ascent, which is so critical in terms of nailing your macro strategies and your tactics. If you do not control mid, you do not control the sites. And even on attack, if you don't control mid, you don't get a lot of choice as to how you want to approach a particular site. So that is something that they might need to also address in the game as well. So going directly into the game, Pranathi, what are your predictions for this one?
So far, having that defensive side, Godl is looking a little bit like they're going to have that advantage to start off with, because defending side Godl on this map, they've been crazy, right? They know how to play this map pretty well, but also we can't count QQQ out just yet. I've seen them on the attacking side, and they were looking a little bit strong yesterday, but it depends. Right now, you're going up against one of the teams, honestly, the top 10 teams in India, I would say, right? So can they make it happen against the best? Can they pull off that rounds in attacking sides? Right now, my eyes are set on Daft. Okay, Daft has that capabilities to pull that insane entries and stuff, and he's been able to do that in the past couple of rounds. PB1 helping him through. I think it's going to be a solid, fun game.
Definitely, and we are looking for all of those fun games and all of those actions. Like the way that both these teams just play, it's going to be out of this world, absolutely, and we cannot wait to get into this, as we do see Godlike Deathmaker opting to do an aggressive peek out through that A main area. Is going to find 2 members already taking a position over there, though. They do understand that Daft is right there. QQQ Bullet is holding that green box area. Deathmaker does not know, but the reaction time is there. Gets the dink onto him. Can't find a kill. Godlike Shivy is going to return the favor, though, not before falling to Daft. But Godlike Deathmaker is right there with the refrag. But 3 members of QQQ have positioned themselves on towards this B site. There's only one person holding it, though. It's only going to be Godlike Deathhorse holding that particular angle from the stairs. He's going to understand that they're now pushing onto this particular side, that the boom bot does go out and the alarm bot's going to fall. Try and use the card cover to cut out some sort of a rotation right there. Gets a bit of damage on towards Strixie, but QQQ Bulls is right there on the off angle, the flank. And now Godlike, they need to retake this site fast.
Planted.
The grenades are already being passed out, which means there's so much crazy stuff happening at the moment. And both of the teams are going to be at a little bit of disadvantage, due to health. Because right now, Deathmaker's on 14 as well as Shivi really low. And there it is, Bones picking up that kill onto Flex, which means he's going to go down on low HP as well. A 3v2 situation, doable for both sides of the team. Right now, health advantage is going to be on the sides of QQQ at the moment. Shockstar could possibly get that kill, but Deathmaker getting that kill through that wall onto BB1, which means a 2v2 situation. The alarm run is going to spot out a player. Deathmaker with that ghost in his hands, possibly get this round off, and he does 4K for himself and gets that round for the sides of Godl as the round starts off. Should be with 1, but Deathmaker just saying, the round, the rest of it, I'll take care of it. 14 HP, it still makes that clutch happen. Doesn't even matter if they have the higher number count. And honestly, right now, Godl starting the rounds off strong. And Deathmaker, getting a 4K for himself, he can definitely go for that the Phantom half shield play, but I think he's gonna opt to go for that Ghost instead, and possibly SMG coming out for most of the teams right now. QQQs, they lost too many picks in the first second the round started.
Definitely, and it looked to be a really shaky retake position coming out from Godl, but Deathmaker was right there with the clutch. He laid the shots really well. His positioning was absolutely mind-blowing. The way that he actually cornered and just isolated the 1v1s, got his headshots with the Ghost, just picking off each member of QQQ in quick succession, and that 4K really instrumental in getting Godlike their first round. But we are going to go into the second round. It's going to be Spectres all around for QQQ, even though it's going to be a huge economic investment for them, given the fact that they did lose out the first round. Brings themselves towards mid-side. Godl Deathmaker's going to find a few shots onto Trixie before falling there, though. QQQ Bones is going to take down him. Godlike Whitehorse finds Trixie in a really precarious situation with a reload. Daphne Nikolov is right there with the trade now. It's going to be a 3v2. Advantage towards QQQ. Godl Shibby gets some dink on towards Dav. Not before falling, though. Godl Flex is happy to get a refrag on towards. Can't find the satchel charge on towards that CT side. Adapt with the lightning fast reflexes, takes the last kill onto that, and that round really showcased the power of mid control for the side of attack. If you're on there, if you're securing those angles, if you're going into that particular position, knowing where the enemy team is, and you really win out those aim battles coming from A short to mid link, you're going to be able to seal out the round really easily. Daft Nichols opting to show his teeth right now, going forth and getting 3 kills to really seal the deal for QQQ.
And so far, the QQQ has been, they pulled off that second round. It's going to be really hard. They're opting to go for that Vandal, but Deathmaker is right there, getting that first make on a BB1, and mid push is going to possibly happen again. He's going to be going for a couple of wall bangs. Kills through smokes, doesn't really work out. His Daft is going to be holding a close angle on that A short at the moment. Breach is going to take his position. Deathmaker possibly going for that backstab kill instead, and Haywan with that classic in his hands as well. As Godl going for a little bit of a safer buys compared to Deathmaker right now, just funneling him as much as they possibly can, and Flex holding down that mid position as well as Deathmaker just going for that aggressive play. So he could possibly go for that all play at the moment. I think he's gonna save it for like an extra all round or something like that. There is gonna be a B push at the moment. There's gonna be players holding down in B main as Bones Bullet as well as Strixer just holding down with their SMGs. Deathmaker possibly getting the skill out of Bones, but Bones I think knows exactly where the player is. He's gonna use that charge to possibly bait out a kill at the moment. There is gonna be 12 grenades coming out and there's gonna be blade, but Deathmaker goes in, dashes into the lane. Bullet going for that aggressive peek, but no, he's just gonna back away as the smoke does come out. It's possibly going to be all watching that marketplace, but Bones picking up that first kill for his team onto Flex at the moment. The 4v4 situation, Bones is possibly going to be taken away, but Trickster is right there getting that kill onto Haywan to start off the round, and the retake position, the post-ban positions are trying to get done, but it's not really working out just yet.
30 seconds left.
2 members of Godl now stuck in that boathouse area. QQQ haven't gotten for the planet, opting to go for the frags here. Daft Nickel takes down Chippy in that CT area now. Godl, Deathmaker, and Whitehorse are now enveloped in this particular position. They're trapped. They can't even go towards A. They have 2 members to go through before they can even go there. Daft Nickel hears the footsteps coming on towards the CT side. He's gonna push the dark cover with his teammate, but Deathmaker is right there with the headshot of the Vandal. He's gonna know. He knows that Daft is in that position. It's gonna be a duel of the Titans here. Daft is the one left standing, and Godlike Whitehorse, he only has 11 HP to work with. Can't even find the time to reload his weapon. Use the shout dark cover on towards the Underheaven side, but he did not predict that Trixie would be right there and aiming, getting that frag onto his counterpart. 2-1's the score, and QQQ. They didn't even plant the spike despite committing so many resources on towards B. They knew they had 2 members of their opponent team trapped in that boathouse area. They immediately shifted gears and just opted to go for the frags, opting to clear out CT so they can make a clean rotation towards A and really draw out the rest of the opponents towards A site instead of going in for those frags. Really smart play. They understood they had an advantage, and they really didn't push it.
Yeah, and right now, starting at the round, Deathmaker already getting 2 kills.
Wow.
55 situation. Already, Deathmaker looking so on point with the same, possibly getting that kill on a bullet at the moment, gets that kill on a bullet. 3-kill lead as the round does start.
Oh
a second before the round even starts. At the moment. And there is going to be a player, Hyvon getting that kill on hold. It's a 1v3 situation. Hyvon with another onto Trickster, and there it is, focused on 2v2 equalizer for the side of Godel. And honestly, Deathmaker just making it happen. Already leading the board with 9 kills under his name. Doesn't even matter if, you know, they're just so good on the attacking, and Deathmaker has such a good aim, and honestly, I would call him the best rifler so far I've known in Valorant. And honestly, the way he positions himself and gets that crosshair placement is honestly insane. And right now, the QQQ has to do something different, because they can't peek A shot every time, because Deathmaker is honestly just gonna peek him every time. And there it is again. I think BB1 is gonna opt to go for that A shot peek, and it goes for a couple of sprays, but this position is gonna be revealed, and the round starts off pretty slow.
Yep, the dark cover is going to prevent any semblance of a push coming out from Deathmaker in that power position that he's held so well in the rounds that we've seen him do to. But BB1 is in an advanced position near that A short area. He spots out Deathmaker in that garden area. The leader's going to go down. It's going to prompt the fact that he is holding that particular position against an enemy coming towards onto garden. But they're just going to slowly back away. They understand the threat imposed by 2 players, one holding garden and one near that heaven spot area. You see QQQ now slowly making their way towards this mid side. They're opting to hold the angles. They're opting to wait for Godale to make a peek out. If they get a pick on towards the site, they're going to abuse that and just try and push in really hard. As now you do see them gravitate towards this B side. Godale Flex is holding that off angle. He knows that people might just push in through here. Of course they are. The attacker Killjoy ultimate is going to go down. The grenade, is it going to find it though? Is it going to be able to destroy the lockdown? No, it won't. Flex has to get out of there if he wants to prevent himself from being
30 seconds
being detained. Manages to do so before finding Daft with the headshot through the dark cover. Godale Deathmaker in that marking position. Now checks out QQQ bullet. Continues on this 4v3 scenario. Bullets are raining down as the spike goes down. BB1 has been spotted out by the recon guard. Godale Deathmaker can't really find the angle that QQQ Bones is holding. The showstopper comes out, not going to be needed though, as Godale Hyvon takes him down with the Vandal. It's going to be a 3v2. QQQ in trouble.
And full spam positions are going to happen. The satchel is going to be right there. Possibly getting that kill on BB1 and gets that kill on BB1. And Shivi just saying no and getting that 2 kills for themselves at the moment. There it is, a 3v2 situation, and the boathouse is going to be cleared, which means the round is going to go onto the sides of Godel, and already Godel having the lead after losing, you know, one semi-buy round, but it's fine because Godel is honestly just popping off at the moment with Deathmaker being able to get that free first blood kills almost every time. I think he already has like 3 first blood. It's crazy how this guy plays, and right now Shivi just backing him up also with a couple of, you know, playing a little bit of lurky kind of play style, being able to get that kill on the BB1 with making no noise onto the CT side. Getting that kill is working out, and these right now the composition with both of the team look a little bit on the advantage for the side of Godel, because they do have that more flashy type playstyle, because they do have around like 4 or 5 flashes on their side, 4. But the side of QQQ does not have as much as possibilities, and Deathmaker going for that aggressive play on the aim, and he get that kill on a Daff, and he's gonna possibly go for another peek, but no, there's gonna be a wall back coming in onto Bullet at the moment. No shots are gonna be landed just yet. No damages go through. 5 bullets left. He's just gonna back away as Hyvon getting that first blood for his team.
He's going to push in with a recon drone, though. He's going to have that call out coming out from his friendly Sova, but Daft Nickel is going to be like, no way. Even if I don't have a rifle, I'm going to use the sheriff to headshot you. Not before find a Godel Shivi, though. That drone proved to be insurmountably important for Deathmaker to survive against that off-angle peek against QQQ Bullet, but Tricksty with the trick shot onto Godlike Whitehorse is going to prompt a 1v3, still doable. They do not have any member on towards this B side, but they do know that the spike has been dropped towards that A lobby area. And now they're going to force Tricksty to try and come and retrieve it so that you can actually get this round in the bag. It's a 3-2 though. You might just opt to save this Phantom, given the fact that QQQ's economic situation isn't in the best spot right now. But it looks to be that Trixty actually wants to contest this. He's running towards that particular side where the spike has been dropped. Godel isn't holding that angle though. The shots coming out from the Phantom is gonna let them know that he's in that particular scenario. You do see Godel now slowly going towards that particular side. They're gonna try and envelop him. You do see the ultimate coming out from the O. He's gonna perk himself up in towards this B side, and Godel just scurrying to the other side from where they were holding. 1v3.
Can the clutch possibly happen from the side of Picture at the moment, right? There's gonna be the breach out going out on the breach, concussion going out. Can he get it? Spotted too, but there's gonna be a gun spotted on market at the moment. Going for a couple of sprays, but misses all the shots. And Chibi gets that kill on the trick. And there it is, folks. A 4-2 situation as the round does go under the name for Godel again. And it was an eco round. It was a solid eco round, being able to pick up 2 kills for themselves. It's a decent, more than, nothing, I would say. And right now, the Bai are going to go back to the side of QQQ, right? How are QQQ going to pull this round off? If they do lose this, it's going to snowball them back down to an eco, and they don't want that at the moment. They have to play this a little bit more different type of playstyle, because they can't keep doing the same thing against one of the best teams, such as Godel. They need to be able to switch it up a little bit, probably show them how to, play mind games against one of the best teams. That's how you can win and show that you're capable of whatever is going to happen. Right now, Daphnikov leading the board with 7 kills for his own team, as well as Deathmaker with 11 on his own side. And Havon playing on Deathmaker's original style, and a flash comes in and dash from the sides of Deathmaker, going for that kill, gets that kill on the bones, getting another kill on the BB1, and just aggressive plays. Going for that spray through smoke doesn't really work out as fast. Gonna pick up that kill on the Havon at the moment. A 3v4 situation for the Godel having the lead already, as Deathmaker just unstoppable, getting that kill, and Whitehorse possibly going for that aggressive peek onto CT at the moment. Deathmaker getting that kill again onto the side of the sticks, and getting a 4K for himself. Deathmaker cannot be stopped, and the last player is going to be playing on top end. Can he go for the ace? 46 HP left, and possibly a 5-2 round forward the sides of Godel. Daphnikov possibly giving him the ace. Can Deathmaker pull it off?
My goodness, the way that Godlike are playing centered completely around Deathmaker, who is the quintessential Deathmaker in this particular game. 15 kills on the board on the 7th round of the game. Daphnickel's gonna fall to Godlike White Wars, but it was all Deathmaker's round. He uses the flashes coming out from Hyvon's breach to great effect on towards that mid-link area. QQQ had absolutely no idea what was coming to them when those flashes went down from the breach. All of their members were just blinded, and Deathmaker using his crisp aim to find the heads of all members of QQ who had positioned themselves towards this B side, possibly for a rush or a pick, but they just couldn't find anything because Deathmaker just put a wedge in every single one of their plans by getting those rapid 3 kills for picking off Trixty, leaving Daft to defend for his own. But it's gonna be another default push coming out from QQQ. They opt to go mid again, one of the places where their efforts have proven to be a bit futile. But Deathmaker, if you see on the map, he's actually rotating towards B, but QQQ have consolidated the control over this mid side. They do not want to go in though, because Godlike has players holding those off angles, holding those entry points on towards the site. They opt to lose control of mid. They opt to give up control over mid and just leave Daft in that particular position while 4 members position themselves on towards this B main area. The Dark Cover is going to go down. That's going to put a wedge on their plans to push in because they do not have a flash to accompany them. Only Daft has that particular leer to facilitate their push on towards the side. As you do see the Dark Cover going down towards that CT area, the push is going to be there. The Boombot goes down. The Paranoia is going to be finding 2 members. Godel Flex using that spam through the smoke. Godel Whitehorse takes down 1 down. Godel Deathmaker is right there. He's the raid boss that you need to find in Boathouse after successfully pushing through all members of Godlike. And again, deja vu for Daft as he's put in a 1v3 scenario. And Deathmaker, my goodness, you see a pixel of this guy, boom, you're dead.
like, what is going on? I think he just noticed a tiny bit of head on that Reyna, and he was able to get that kill. Honestly, Deathmaker with that insane aim, and honestly, the push, the rotations from that guy really put a Godl in an advantage because QQQ didn't expect that, and I think Daph was a little bit slow on that flank because he could have definitely made it happen a little bit faster, possibly catching the Omen off guard, but he doesn't really make that happen. But at the same time, there is going to be QQQ again on that eco round, going for that semi-buy with the sheriffs in their hand, but BB1 still having a little bit of a tough time with that 0 kills in his pocket at the moment, but he can definitely make this still work out, possibly. But Deathmaker with that AR in his classic position, holding that A short down pretty well, and there's going to be a flash as well as a seismic flash going out right there. And there it is, folks. This round already starting off very slow, and right now QQQ is just having a little bit of a tough time picking a side on which one to go just yet because they have no information whatsoever. And there it is. One player is going to be revealed, going for that couple of wall bangs, but Deathmaker is going to be right there on the generation. Can he get that kill? That goes for that kill, but doesn't really work out. Deathmaker secures 3 for himself. Godlike flex with 1 of 4 himself on the BB1 at the moment. The bomb is going to be down on A main. Trickster is going to be on that A short push at the moment. The 1v5 situation. 6-2 on the board. Can he make that clutch happen with the ghost in sand? And it doesn't really work out as Haiwan going to secure that kill. And Deathmaker honestly just playing the lead role. Last game we saw how the Jet from that team, I forgot the name, but at the same time he was leading that board with 21 kills. Right now Deathmaker is leading the board with 25 kills. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. Paradox was leading the board with around 21 kills and his team was at like 9. Right now Deathmaker is doing the same for his team. Honestly, it's just a crazy stomp that's happening on the side of QQQ. Can they pull it back though? Because we've seen QQQ make that comebacks before. Can he do it again?
Not a lot being done wrong from QQQ's end. It's just that the amazing talent coming out from Deathmaker, the initial showing, oh my goodness, Trixty finds the huge kill on towards Deathmaker. This might be a round coming out from QQQ because they find the Danger Man. 21 kills in the 10th round of the game. He's been absolutely decimating every single member of the opponent team as the Hunter Fury goes down near towards that A short area. Is going to find a few kills. The Rolling Thunder is going to find all 4 members pushing up towards that side. The Showstopper goes down, not going to find it though. Daphnicov is gonna have that kill on towards Haiwan. The paint shells goes down for Godlike Flex, but he pushes that smoke too prematurely without asking too many questions. And Daphnicov is gonna find him not before falling to White Horse though. It is gonna be a 1v4 scenario. Can he go for the retake? He has most of his abilities up on there. The Kurt's gonna spot him out. BB1 not gonna let that kill go away from him. And just as you said, he was sitting on 0 kills, but right now he got 2 kills for himself on the board as QQQ pull one back.
Yeah, honestly, right now, Deathmaker looking so strong, but the second you take him out, right, Godl is going to lose that round. That means you can see how much effect that Deathmaker has on this round. So right now, I think QQQ's focus definitely should be on where Deathmaker is playing and should try to avoid him as much as possible, or just go in, take that fight, and win the fight if you have that confidence to go up against one of the best aimers. And honestly, right now, with the way Trickster was able to get that kill, secure the round for the side of QQQ. The goal is going to go out, get the spot onto Deathmaker at the moment as Daphnicov is going to go for that aggressive peek, but Deathmaker is just going to back away, possibly holding that off angle. Can he make the kills happen, or there's going to be should be on that heaven peak and he's going to be spotted out just a little bit. And right now, holding that off angle, Deathmaker is going for that peek at the moment. Can he peek it? And can he get that kill? Going for that peek, and he does get that kill on the dash ashes away immediately. As the second they know Deathmaker is going to be on that base, that they're just going to be backing away. As try to go for a different play. As Bones is going to be on that backstab at the moment with that killjoy in his hand. Can he make that place happen? As the B side is going to be cleared, as the Omen is going to be on the CT side, as the Ray is also going to be on that mid, as the A is going to be very much covered with people from the side of Godl. As Killjoy, Bones, the player that I was talking about before, making that Killjoy work. Usually, can he make it again? The spot, the sound has been given away. Where he is, Bones going for that aggressive peek, goes for that kill, doesn't really work out. As Whitehorse going to get that kill on the Bones at the moment, and a 5v3 situation as QQQ opts to rotate onto the side of B.
A Godlike Whitehorse has that angle covered though. He's sitting at only 46 HP. He was in that switch room. Bones unluckily couldn't find the shot connecting onto him with the headshot. But right now, Trixty opting for going in for the dark cover. Godlike Whitehorse responds with the dark cover as soon as the paint shell goes down. It's going to prompt the rotation coming out from him. He's going to find them though. BB1 and Trixty all fall to him. Even though they did not check that angle, he had 46 HP holding that Logs angle. Even the best players do not check that angle for some reason. I don't know why, but a lot of people have been the bane of the opponent team's existence in that unlucky area. My goodness, what a play to end off the round. Whitehorse got the initial kill onto QQQ Bones when he actually made that initial push coming out from B main, smartly repositioned himself towards that log area, which is the least checked area in the game when you're actually pushing it through B main, and the curse is there. And QQQ dropped that particular round, even though they had the advantage going towards that B main site. They had the rotation spot on. There was only one member, but they lost 2 members to just 1. And right now they're positioned themselves on towards this A site, on towards this B site. A lot of resources being dumped here. Bullet opting to pick up an operator. Interesting choice in weaponry so far, given the fact that it is the last round. They really need to make this work. It's a high economic investment, but it really doesn't matter because the next round's gonna be the second half as the Empress is being pulled out. Whitehorse has been spotted out with the recon bolt. He's gonna get a few tags on towards him with the Hunter's Fury. He has to teleport himself onto safety because the Killjoy ultimate is also there. Godel Chibi takes down Trixie though. You might escape the Hunter's Fury, but can you escape the chalk darts? It's now Daft and Bones find themselves on towards this B side. I mean, BB1, Bullet taking down Godlike Deathmaker with that operator. He's dangerously low though. The shock dart goes down, tagging out. Godlike Flex not before killing off one of his teammates though. Daft Nickel with the cheeky pick coming out from Boathouse. He's gonna take down Godel Flex, but Godel Chibi is right there. He's confident in his ITL picking up the return frag, and he gets the defuse. 9-3 to Godlike going on to the second half.
Honestly, Bullet picking up that op, I really expected something from him because he is a good opper. We've seen him on that jet op before, but right now being able to pick up that op on the Sova doesn't really work out. He did get a pick though, but I think he should have played a little bit of a different angle, maybe possibly going inside and possibly using that op again inside a boathouse or something along those lines. But BB1 losing that fight against that player is going to be pretty tough because it's a 3v4 situation. You cannot afford to lose that picks, especially when you're making an aggressive rush. Right now, the sides are going to be switched. This means that QQQ is going to get another chance. We have seen them on the defending side before, and they were really good. That there is going to be a stack on the B side at the moment as God L is going to be predicted. Very simple, but the real question is, can God L make that comeback? Make that out aims happen? Because QQQ is going to be stacking that side, and if they do make it happen, I think QQQ has a solid round to start them off with, but right now, Deathmaker using his post, going for the aggressive play. He's going to close that market door. BB1 is going to be spotted out in CD at the moment. 3 players are going to be playing side. All the information has been given. Deathmaker is going to be on very low on the HP, 17 HP on the side. No market door has been closed yet. The Flex as well as BB1 getting a kill onto each other at the moment. 4v4 situation. Godel looking a little bit weak on the HP, and there it is, folks. A round going into side, possibly to the hands of QQQ at the moment. It's an amazing predictions happen as a 1v3 comes down to Godhell Hyvon making that clutch happen.
It is looking to be quite a bit of a flip right here on towards the side of QQQ because they now find themselves in an advantage in terms of the members being alive. Hyvon getting the spike plant down on towards this A site. He's going to face the onslaught of 3 members of QQQ now going towards that A site to get the defuse off for the first pistol round. This is going to be one of the quintessential rounds to win for either of these teams. For Godlike, it's going to be up to them to win us out, to maintain their momentum, but for QQQ, it's going to be all or nothing because if they want to win, if they do win this one out, they're actually going to have the buys for the SMGs coming out. But Godlike Hyvon may have actually put himself in a really bad position here, closing that door. He's now using his bullets to try and get it out. QQQ Bullet uses 1 bullet to take him down with the headshot run out with the Ghost. And QQQ is going to be a little bit of a respite, much needed as well, because they were losing out rounds so many times in that attack area. They're going to have that scope to buy the SMGs and take the fight to Godel in the subsequent rounds. 9-4 the scoreline.
Right now, 9-4, which means QQQ is going to opt to go for that SMG buys at the moment. Bullet just straight up, he's like, nah, I'm taking that AR in my hands and going to go for that Blaze. I think this guy is going to definitely have the advantage at the moment. I think he has one of the best aims in the sides of QQQ at the moment. But the thing is, I think he's having a little bit of a bad game. When he's on that jet, though, he's honestly so insane with that Blaze. And right now, Godel having that solid kills advantage as well as rounds. They definitely have enough rounds to go for that by plays. They definitely can make that happen. But at the same time, Godel opting to go for a little bit of an eco buys. excuse me, they're only going for like very semi buys, like just classic as well as sheriffs and stuff like that. But at the same time, right, Godl is it looks like an easy game for them so far. But if QQQ, whenever their legs are back and they are like in a really hard spot, their brains start thinking and their aim starts getting so good to the point where they hit every headshot. And right now, that's what I'm looking for.
Definitely, but it looks to be that the Titan, Godel Deathmaker, has been awakened so much in this game. He has been absolutely killing it with his angle holds and his headshots. The way that he's so accurate with the rifle going on to those particular angle holds that he does on A short, those preferred positions that he really, really likes to play, is going to be a real big thorn on the side of QQQ, and they're going to have to circumvent that because right now he's on attack and he's playing Jet, and we already know how much he loves to get into those advanced positions using the dash and the cloud burst to cut off the angles from the opponents. He's going to use that to maximum effect in the subsequent rounds as well. Not maybe this one because they did lose out the first pistol round. That's going to be a bit of relief for QQQ. They're going to have to ensure that they use this weapons advantage to take the fight to Godel and get a few rounds on the board to really wreck the economic situation of Godel so that they can facilitate a win going forward. That's going to be their strategy right now. They need to hold mid control. Deathmaker is going to be peeking on towards those to those aggressive angles being held out by the defenders. They need a way to circumvent that. They need a way to deal with that. Because you deal with that one player, and we've already seen Godel losing a lot of their fight when Deathmaker actually falls off. And that is going to be the secret to QQQ winning. That's the game plan. Take out Deathmaker, and you win 50% of the engagements going forward. That's what we've seen happening so far in this particular game. 23 kills on the board. It's only the 14th round of the game. And bear in mind, the way that these two teams are positioned in terms of skill level, they're really, really close. So for Deathmaker to pull off 20 plus kills in a game like this is just absolutely insane. As you do see Trixty with the spray through the dark cover, takes down Godel Flex. That's going to remove a lot of the bite coming out from Godel's attacking power is BB1, and QQ Bullet are positioning themselves on towards this heaven area. The spike carrier has been killed by QQQ Bones. Really nice nano swarm grenade right there. They do understand that the spike has been dropped towards this B side, but all members of Godlike are near that A main area. Should be, and Daphne with a little dance and a waltz of classics, but Daft is the one remaining in that particular spot. QQQ, is a comeback on here, Prinithi?
I definitely think so. I hope so, at least, because right now, this round as well as the next round determines if QQQ has a better advantage. But there is going to be Bones opting to go for that as AR at the moment, as the rest of his team is going to go for that SMG and Bullet with that AR and half shields. I don't understand why he should not, like, he can definitely afford to go for that better buy, but at the same time, he's not going to go for that. But right now, Godel going for that aggressive buys as we know it, full buys from their sides, and this round could definitely go in their favor. If it does double digits for them, and it's going to put QQQ in a really hard spot to come back, because it is going to put them on an equal, sorry, not an equal, but a sort of a semi-buy, like a couple of players are going to be on there. But there's going to be a execution coming in from the side of Godel at the moment. There is going to be multiple players watching that A angle is dashing off, as well as picture, and the dash comes in from the Deathmaker at the moment. There's going to be side clear, and the bomb is probably going to go down as Bones is going to be on the side of Heaven, and a 9-5 situation. And right now, QQQ Bones has to play this very safe. If he goes for an aggressive peek at the moment, and the Flex does go for an aggressive peek as well, Bones is going to go down because there's going to be a better peek for the sides of Bullet. Getting that first kill on the Flex at the moment, there is going to be shot shots going out from the side of Shimmy as well. The site is going to be there, the bomb is going to be down. It is going to be an open plan next to the generator at the moment. How are they going to play it out? Hayvon gets a kill of his own to start off the round, as both positions does happen.
Right now, we do see Daphnikov and QQQ Bullet really spraying down all members of Godlike Esports, but it's gonna be Godlike Whitehorse and Daft in that particular position. Daft really tried hard along with his teammate QQQ Bullet. Really couldn't find the last kill on towards Whitehorse, and he takes him down. Now, all the members of Godlike are gonna have to reel up for this one, because it's gonna be a round where they go in for those broken buys, but they will have those rifles, and you know how much of a potent threat they have in terms of the team composition, in terms of the team play and synergy that they can actually pull off. Hayvon using his breach flashes to great effect going on towards the attack, really enabling Deathmaker to go onto that particular site and just go in for those aggressive peaks and aggressive plays. And that is going to be something that is facilitating this sort of a push coming out from Deathmaker as well. His team is enabling him in such a manner that allows him to peek into those aggressive spots, peek into those risky positions, and really have that sort of a confidence going on to that his team has his back. And that is an amazing way to play this, because when you know that you have such a player, centering a strategy around him is not really a bad idea. In fact, it is working out really well for Godlike at the moment, but we do see a lot of individual flashes of brilliance coming out from all the members of Godl. The way that they're working as a well-oiled machine just really pays a testament to how amazing they are in terms of their strategy, in terms of their synergies. And QQQ, again, there's not really a lot wrong that they're doing here. They're getting the basics right. They're holding down the sites. They're making fast rotations. It's just coming down to all those aim duels that are happening in towards those little corners of the site, and those are really, really crucial going on to the retake position, or when you have the spike down and the clock is ticking down. It can play in the nerves of the defenders, of course. And that is something that QQQ need to really reconsolidate, go back to the drawing board, and really nail down. This isn't a difficult game for them to come back from. This isn't impossible, but Godlike, they are like a mountain right now.
Honestly, that is what it seems like. And I've seen this strategy of funneling before, where the players, there are a couple of players from different teams have, funneled the top fragger, which is like, for example, GE from SK Rossi, where they've funneled him to get those extra kills, utilizing the capabilities of that man. And that's exactly what Godlike is doing at the moment as well. And I don't think QQQ has that exact understanding just yet to play off of how to, take on Deathmaker, possibly going for a double peek, but at the same time, looking at Deathmaker right now, he can even take 3 people triple peeking him. It doesn't even matter. There's going to be a smoke going out from the side of Trickster at the A side. It's going to be possibly tried to be executed at the moment. There is going to be sounds going out. The bomb is going to be in the hands of the Raze at the moment. There is, the breach at the moment. The dash is going to come out, and one player is going to be under heaven. The spot has been given out, but Trixty right there getting that kill onto Deathmaker, which means he's going to be enabled. And right now it's going to be out as Trixty gets another kill onto Flax at the moment. Shivy going to trade him out immediately at the 4v3 situation with Whiteheart as well getting a kill onto Dash at the moment. There it is. Bones getting a kill, but Shivy's going to be right there to secure another kill for himself. And 2v2 situation at the moment. Godl looking a little bit scared because they are going to be low on that HP at the moment. This is going to be a very hard ask with the bomb is going to be down on the sides of A, and Godl needs to play this a little bit safer, possibly even go for that save round, because the bomb is going to be dropped in sight, and it's going to be a heavy ask because one player is going to be on the 25 and the other player is going to be on the 27.
Oh, Bones! Whoa. Bones, my goodness, just slowly walking out of there, cool and calm, getting the headshot on towards Godl Shivy. He had the Hunter's Fury though. If only Hyvon could get the plan off, they could have used that ultimate for the post-plan scenario. But it looks to be a really bad situation for Godl Whitehorse here. He's gonna fall the same way as his teammate. And QQQ, they finally found their stride in defense. They understand how to break the relentless aggression that Godl are levying onto them. For Godl, they really need to understand that, rampant aggression works when you have enemies unwary of the fact that you are pushing on towards a particular side. But the way that QQQ have actually prepared for that particular push going forward, it just left Hyvon in a very, very isolated scenario with him planting the bomb in that under heaven area. It was a big ask for him to actually get that spike plan off and hold for that post-plan scenario, while both of his teammates were dangerously low here. But we do see Godl opting for a slower approach as Hyvon is now running back towards that B site. The Blade Storm has been popped for Deathmaker. He's holding on towards that angle in A short. But you do see all members of QQQ, they're not actually going for control over that mid side. They're opting to play here inside. They're playing safe, holding those angles, waiting for Godl to make that aggressive push because they have those angles covered. It's going to be a really good defensive setup coming out here as the recon drone does come out. It's going to spot out Deathmaker. Oh my god, Daft! Where did you come from? Deathmaker was distracted by the recon drone, and QQQ Bones is gonna find Godl Whitehorse in the worst possible scenario, taking him down when the ultimate was actually charging up, but Hyvon is gonna go out there to flash it on towards Daft. He's not gonna find a few headshots with the classic. Daft is gonna find out Hyvon though. Godl Shivy is now picking up towards 1v4. Daft Nikov is gonna just rush in and finish it off. QQQ finally finding their bite here, Prinity. The comeback is on.
Yeah, and honestly, right now, I think they've understood how to take off Deathmaker off the board every time, as they're holding on off angles at the moment and waiting for Deathmaker to make that aggressive peek. And right now, Deathmaker making a little bit of a weirder play, because the second he pulled out that ghost, Daft was able to beat that angle and get that kill. And that was a little bit surprising to see where Daft was ready to, hear that noise and get that peek off upon Deathmaker. And there it is, a 10-7. That means QQQ is making a possible comeback. 2 wins under their name so far in this round. And right now, Godlike making that a little bit of a slow approach onto the sides of mid, as well as one going to be on the top mid side. And there is going to be a push happening in mid at the moment. There's going to be Daftnikov holding down on CT side at the moment. Deathmaker just going to be holding down that smoke as much as he can. And BB1 possibly getting caught off guard, and does get caught off guard, and possibly going for that kill. Daftnikov's going to take out Deathmaker, and Taiwan's going to trade him out immediately in a 4v3 situation at the moment. Godlike having that advantage. QQQ Bullet's going to be on that side at the moment. There's going to be a flash going out. Bones getting that kill on Shivy, which means it's going to be a 3v3 situation at the moment. Can QQQ pull this off? Right, this is going to be an insane round and a favor from their side, because then the other team is going to be forced to play on that eco round again, as White Horse, Haivan, as well as Flex are going to be left alone in this game. And so far, the player advantage is going to be, comp advantage is going to be on the sides of Godlike, because they do have more flashes to be holding on to that side. But there is going to be the ult available from Flex, as well as Haivan to go for that retake.
Take scenario will be ensured if Godlike can actually get the spike plan down towards this A site. They do have a swath of Killjoy traps and turrets in that A main area, and that is where all members of Godlike are actually gravitating towards. 2 members, in fact. While Flex is just holding on to that B main area, scouring for a pick here. He does not know that QQQ Bullet is holding on to that stairs angle. White Horse is going to use that teleport to circumvent the fact that the swarm grenades have been popped off, but the turret's going to spot him out, and they know that Godlike Haivan is there. QQQ Bullet picks up a huge kill on towards Haivan. The spike carrier is down, and all that Godlike Flex can do is just position himself towards a spot where he can get a few exit frags, or maybe hold on to this Phantom, because he's sitting on 0 credits at this point. The shock dart landing dangerously close to him. And wow, 1,000 credits on the board, unfortunately, for Godlike Flex. He has to be forced to go in for the shield or for abilities. It's going to be a tough call for him to make. He has 36 points on his shield, though. He's not going to buy it. He's going to opt to go for the abilities, as you should, with a raise. And Godlike in a very, very bad spot in terms of their economy, while QQQ, they're just flying right here. Exponential growth in the amount of credits that they have, and you do see Godlike Haivan opting to charge up that Rolling Thunder. Is he gonna use it, though? They don't have the weapons to match up for it, but they might just rely on Deathmaker's ability to headshot everyone with the Ghost to actually go into that, towards that particular site. They're still holding on to the angles. One flash has been let go. Deathmaker's gonna go in, and the Rolling Thunder goes down. They're gonna push on towards the side here. Deathmaker goes to the dash. He finds out QQQ Bullet, but does he know that BB1 is also there? The showstopper connects a little bit. He's now taken down to 42 HP as the ultimate also comes down for the enemy Omen. They're gonna hold on towards this B side, and Godlike now put in a really, really sticky situation. Godlike Flex with the double kill of the showstopper. That's gonna be huge coming out from him. And now BB1 is put in the worst possible scenario. Godlike Flex takes down the 4th kill of the round. He does not know that Bones is not there on towards the side. He's gonna hear him jumping down towards this market area, though. The ultimate goes down. He's gonna be able to get. He goes! Oh my God! Godlike Flex! What did you just do? He pulls a rabbit out of the hat and absolutely decimates all 5 members of QQQ. No team, no problem. Double kill with the showstopper. Goes in, flick shots everyone on towards the site before landing an amazing shot on towards QQQ Bones. This man has stepped up finally, and he's gonna show QQQ that, hey, wait. Even if you take out Deathmaker, you still haven't dealt with his counterpart, Entry Fragger, and I pose just as much of a threat. My God, Trinity, what did we just witness?
Honestly, that was something crazy that I did not expect from the sides of Flex, because he was having a little bit of a difficult game, but now coming back, he's making that happen. Right now, Deathmaker is going to be holding that A-shot position, something that he likes to do, and right there, Daft is going to go on to that CT side as noise has been made. BB1 is going to also go for that CT push, as the A is going to be faked, as a lot of pushes are going to be happening on the sides of A at the moment. There's going to be Deathmaker as well as Breach going into Rook at the moment. There's going to be Bullet getting that kill out of the Breach. The IGL of Godlike is going to be gone at the moment. There's going to be a 4v4 4v5 situation in the moment. As Shibi is gonna go for that aggressive sprays, doesn't really work out. As a Sova from the other side, Bullet is gonna be left on a really low HP as Deathmaker clears out B side by himself. The bomb is gonna be inside the mid in the hands of Shibi. Can he come for that plant? Is Godel White Horse get that kill onto Bones at the moment? It's gonna be a 4v4 situation. The health advantage is gonna be on the sides of Godel at the moment, as well as the guns. There's gonna be an op still out from the sides of QQQ. How are they gonna make it happen? Right now, Daft is gonna have that plays as well. He's gonna have all of his HP left. He can definitely count on that, and there is going to be the ult available from both of the Sovas as well as Sabrina. So right now, if there is going to be a plan happening, I think Bullet can definitely manage to get that Hunter's Fury happen at the moment. There is going to be still, a little bit of scared push coming in from that entry of the main, because Shivi cannot enter aggressively because Daft is going to be right there holding that AR.
As the Hunter's Fury goes down, the push is coming out from all members of Godel. QL Bullet is going to be in 9 HP, but not before finding a kill on towards one member of QQQ, though. I mean, Godel, though. Hybot is in that area, but Flex is going to be the one to watch again in this round. Gets 2 rapid kills. He knows where Bullet is, but Chibi's like, no way. I got this with the Hunter's Fury. And Godel showing that enough is enough. We had a consolidated lead going into the second half, and we're gonna finish it right off the bat. Flex, just when his team needed him to step up, he absolutely did not just step up, he went above and beyond. The way that he got those 2 rapid kills just really sealed the deal for Godel, and that 3v3 scenario as the retake coming out from QQQ was stopped right in his tracks before they could even execute anything on towards this site. And now Godel are going to be ruling from this one here. They're going to be feeling confident going on towards this particular side. This economy has been flipped right up in favor of Godel. They know they can still let this round go if they want to, but who wants to go in for a round let go in the match point scenario? They're going to fight tooth and nail to beat QQQ and just finish this particular match. Godel Deathmaker imposing presence on towards that A-short area. Trixie uses that paranoid while Godel Flex finds a kill on towards Daft. Deathmaker opting to show his teeth again! He takes down 2 kills again in quick succession. The entry fraggers coming out from Godel just absolutely showing off their individual flair here. Blade Storm is out. They do know that BB1 is there. Godel Chibi takes him down. The recon dart's gonna spot Godel Deathmaker out by QQQ Bullet. He has the Blade Storm out. He's gonna be able to get the kill. He does, and who else to get the last kill of the game to seal off this amazing clash of titans here, Prinithi? Godlike Esports. The way that they approach this match, centering it out Deathmaker before landing it onto Flex with the insane individual showcases of brilliance. My God, this was one of the best games that I've ever witnessed in this particular tournament. Even though the scoreline betrays the fact that Godel might have dominated the team, QQQ up really tried to come back, but it just didn't happen. But we're going to unpack all of that for you in the Western Digital match highlights. So Preeti, I'm going to throw it over to you. What do you think that QQQ could do better could have done better in this particular game that led to their demise? Do you think there was something wrong with the strategy, or was it just the 50-50 aim battles that they just couldn't seem to win out?
Yeah, so far from what I've seen, QQQ had a little bit of difficulties playing off what's going on. So right now, QQQ, what they did was they were playing a little bit more safer playstyle than go for a little bit of an aggressive playstyle against Deathmaker. Because every time they did go for that defensive play, let Deathmaker enter into their attacking spawn. You don't want that to happen, but the way that the players from Godel double peak, I didn't see the same thing coming out from QQQ as well. Because every time that there was something good done by QQQ, they lost the lead by just not double peeking or having that comms to go across each other on that board. But Deathmaker also playing a big factor, right? He was able to get almost 30 kills for his team and almost making that happen, and he was one of the main reasons. But at the same time, even if there's going to be a player on the other team who's insane, you need to be able to double peek him and honestly out aim him together as a team. You shouldn't go for that 1v1 peaks if you know that the other player is going to have that. But I mean, even I would freeze up when I go against against one of the best players, and there's nothing to feel bad about, because there's going to be still one map left, and QQQ can definitely make that happen. So far from what I've seen, I think QQQ just needs to play a little bit more aggressive. it's all right to talk about it. All right, you're back.
Yeah, definitely. So aggressive plays are going to be the name of the game against a team like Godl. When you have people like Deathmaker and Flex, you really want to meet their aggression head on. But the way that Hyvan, Shivy, they support their entry fraggers going forward with the utility spells, with the flash spells going on towards a particular site, it's going to be difficult for QQQ. But the way that they actually also played out the rounds, it's not something of a that's not a big ask coming out from them. As you've already said, they just need to play with the buddy system a bit more. They really need to understand how to use their teammates to bait the players from Godlike out and get those trades on towards defense. Because mind you, they had a few rounds dropped on defense, which they really could have won. On attack, though, the way that Deathmaker and Flex and Shivy and Hyvan also played really, really aggressive, the way that they played was not really holding on to a site. They just went out and straight up met their opponents head on, which was really, really strange to see. You just don't see that sort of relentless aggression coming out from any team in any sort of a tournament. But that's just how confident Godl is going into these games. But do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be back for another explosive game 2 of this best of 3 series between Godlike Esports and QQQ. In the meantime, while you're waiting for the break, why not check out the few goodies that we have in the store for you? We have Western Digital's performance-built storage, purpose-built for gaming, and of course, you can game and multitask with ease with AMD's new Ryzen 5000 series processors. Go ahead, check out the links in the description below, and we'll see you right back for game 2. Do not go anywhere.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Western Digital Black Open Cup powered by AMD Ryzen with the Esports Club as our esports partner. And I'm back once again, ladies and gentlemen, after a short break. And of course, with me is Red Pro to bring you the second map of this set of Godlike versus QQQ. It was an exciting set for map number 1, and we're going to have the excitement continue into map number 2 as well. So let's go into the map video screen and talk about where we're going to be going into, because this map in particular is going to be a massive treat. It is the home grounds of the Predator known as Deathmaker. We're going to be going into the map of Haven itself.
Definitely an attacker-sided map is where we really want to see players like Deathmaker, like Daft, and Flex really showcase their skills as duelists. Going on to the side of attack, it is favorable to them because you have 3 sites for the defenders to hold to, so it might just be a little bit of a thinning out of the defensive line as you scurry and struggle to defend against the onslaught of these 2 teams in 3 particular sites. Godlike especially, they like doing those close rotations, those cheeky rotations going on towards a particular side, drawing the defenders to that particular position where they applied the pressure, just absolutely switching up the tempo, going towards another one on the opposite end of the map. And Godlike Deathmaker, with the performance that he showcased in the last game, I'm really excited to see what he pulls off in this particular one, and I'm really excited to see what his jet has in store for all of us.
One more in particular thing that I noticed was that Nivo actually not opting to go in for his Reyna or the Phoenix pickup that we would have expected, and seems as though he did pick up the Killjoy instead. So BB1 is going to be the one opting to go in for that Phoenix play. So the Phoenix potential that BB1 does bring out is really strong, because we have seen this in previous matches of QQQ, that he is one of the deciding factors for the team, constantly getting double kills and triple kills almost every single time. But at the same time, looking out from the side of Godlike, it is going to be Flex going onto the Phoenix as well. Flex on the Phoenix is something that we have not seen in a really long time, but he has showcased to us what exactly he can do if you give him the time and if you let him practice it out properly. He on this Phoenix is just going to be a driving force, I do believe, side by side with Deathmaker. So both of these teams have such amazing firepower in their arsenal, and especially now that Daft is on the Killjoy, I do believe that he's going to be a beautiful anchor for his entire team.
He has the crisp aim playing in favor of him, though. It's going to be interesting to see how he swaps out the roles, going from duelist to sentinel in this particular map. He has his work cut out for him, though, in this defensive side, but you do see BB1 picking out towards that garage window. Deathmaker opting to show his fangs again. Gets the headshot on towards BB1. So dangerous with the ghost going on towards that, but 60 is going to find an unsuspecting Deathmaker in that garage area. QQQ bullet takes him down, but Godlike Flex is right there with a refrag. But Trixty holding that angle so well with the frenzy. But Hyvan's gonna push on towards that dark cover. He's gonna find the kill on towards Trixty. It's a 2v2 scenario. The fight's gonna go down towards the side. What is gonna happen from Long? Here comes Daft. Gets a dink on towards. Gets a dink by Hyvan, and QQQ Bones is going to find him from that garage area. Daft Nickel with the clutch flank on towards the people planning in that seaside area. Godel had an easy way of going into that site. They got the kill on towards BB1 and garage, opening up that particular site for the push on towards C. Trixty managing to pick up 2 crucial kills before the spike went down, and Daft with that flank around, allowing QQQ Bones to make that aggressive peek towards that garage area and really sealing the round. We do see a Spectre buy coming out from QQQ Bones. This is going to be a weapon discrepancy going on for the second round.
Here's where the real problems are about to start, because you have to remember, coming out from the side of Godlike, they're opting to go in for a couple of their own buys when it comes to their pistols. One Frenzy coming out and a couple of Sheriffs to try and make sure they have a little bit of an advantage in their favor, but at the same time, look at the positioning coming out from Bullet. Bullet is slowly but surely pushing on up from the back end, but Flex, he has his phone number, maybe calling him up soon enough, but Whitehorse, he needs to be careful, because with this push coming on through, it's all about the timing. But Whitehorse, he's slowly but surely walking on away. It's going to be Trixty being able to get the first initial pick off with BB1 on his side. The shots are going to be raining on it, and it's going to be Flex instead, being able to shoot him straight in the head. He has got to be feeling that for sure, ladies and gentlemen. Already the push could be coming on through onto the back end of 8. 3 members still remaining from the side of Godlike. Slowly but surely they are pushing up, though. So let's see what they can find, as the execution should be going down soon enough.
And the execution should be going down soon enough indeed. The alarm bot is right there. Godel Flex might get spotted out by it. He does, not before falling though. But they do have that information that 2 people are in towards that short area. But do they know that Godel Shippy is also right there in a long? Nichols has the information. He's given it out to his team. We do not see a consolidated rotation
30
coming out from
seconds
QQQ as BB1 has opted to stay near that C-side area, but the spike planting sound is going to prompt him to go down. Nichols takes down 1, Nichols takes down 2, Nichols takes down 3! Clearing out the site with precision with that Spectre going forward, and now he really showed us why his aim is so on point. And he did have his work cut out for him, as we've mentioned at the start of the round, and he lives up and steps up to the role that he actually opted to go for. 3 kills on the board to really seal the deal. Godl, they had that default position going forward. They found a pick on towards a member of QQQ going in for that A site, and they really wanted to go in and just get that spike plant down. Unwittingly, unbeknownst to them, Nichols was right there with the alarm bots and the traps, holding those angles and just anticipating their push up. And now QQQ get rewarded for it 2-0. As it is going to be another round, and Godl are going to have those assault rifles against 3 Spectres though.
Now with the push coming in down from the back end, it is going to be Flex opting to go in for the run it back. It actually gets a kill straight through the smoke on the BB1. He's probably face-palming his head to have such bad luck on his side, but still already 2 members have gone down from the side of the defenders. One of the members extremely low bones with only 2 HP to work with. So much damage going in straight through the smoke. Ladies and gentlemen, Bones is going to be making a run for it, but running away is not going to be helping you whatsoever, because with all of the members of the side of Godlike holding down from deep inside of the side, one member on that flank trying to hold down the fort for as long as he possibly can. Ladies and gentlemen, every single one of the side of the defenders are on the back foot. They have no information to work with. Who's going to be able to come out on top? Will it be the side of Godlike, or will there be a couple of exit packs for the side of QQQ?
Will it be that indeed? Godl have 5 members all on the board. The spike is ticking down. QQQ, they really need to do something really quickly here, as Godl are now enveloping them. Godl flex takes down 1. QQQ bullet gets the refrag. Godl Deathmaker is gonna get the refrag of the refrag. The spike is gonna go down. Nichols opting to pay for it with his life. He still has the eco going forth with it though. And Godl pulled 1 round back, really using the weapons advantage and just shaving off people off of that particular side. QQQ, they really weren't in a position to contest for the retake. They went in for the 3v5, just kind of gave up midway. But that was to be expected because they just didn't have the positioning in their favor. 2-1's the score line.
Very beautiful scoreline as well. And that initial round of just a little bit of unlucky feels coming out for the side of BB1, because you can feel his pain. Like, we as players, if you get killed through a smoke like that, but the spam is going through on one of your teammates, that has got to be tilting you just a tiny little bit. But at the same time, you do not want to go in for peaks like that. Trixie, I understand what you were trying to do, but against Deathmaker, you cannot do that. He's going to be taking your head clean off before you can even shoot another bullet. Damage has already been done. 1 by 1, the members all around the map are going to be taken on down. But look at the positioning coming out from Deathmaker, holding down aggressively from side of that smoke. He's not checking that side, but he's actually gonna be at the very end of it. Deathmaker with a slight jiggle spots out the head of Bones, sends a bullet straight into it, and it's gonna be Bullet trying to hold strong from the back end. Bullets are going through his left, bullets are going on his right, but it's not hitting him just yet. The smoke's gonna be decimating soon enough. He gets 1 more kill down onto Ivon. Bit unlucky, but still gets traded out in the end. Ivon, 1 more death to his stats, but still, that's gonna be 2-2 on the scoreboard. And I will have to say that that last Rico round was not as successful as you would have hoped, trying to get 2 kills, but still at the very end it was Bullet, sorry, being able to find 1, so no harm, no foul. 2-2 on the scoreboard, and a well-played execution coming out from the side of Godlike.
Godlike now opting to really consolidate their lead in terms of the execution going on towards the site. They've really struggled to find their form in the post-plant scenarios, but after those first initial rounds, they have now finally understood how to get those post plans down, and they really opt to go in for those aggressive peaks here. QQQ Bullets is gonna get spotted out by the recon drone. They know his position. Deathmaker is right there. He does not care that you have an operator. Gets that frag on towards his counterpart with that insane peek out. 1 tap with a Vandal. BB1 is right there. He's gonna take out the Danger Man though. It's a 4v4. Godlike now contemplating that push towards that C side. The Omen ultimate is down. He's going to teleport under heaven. He's going to be joined by 2 members. Godlike, Whitehorse, and Flex are right there. He has the spike down. He has the spike. He can plant it underneath heaven. Nichols is the only person close enough to really contest for this. He's going to use that lockdown ultimate to try and facilitate the retake. It's going to be a Hunter's Fury coming out from Godlike Shivi though. He's going to take down the lockdown. Defender Killjoy Unfortunate for Daphnikov. He's not going to be able to use that, and Hypon gets himself a frag on towards him, but BB1 is right there. He's going to face off against two members of Godlike Esports. He has to run it back. He has it to work with. He's going to use the hot hands to heal himself up, but not before finding a white horse with that cheeky peek out from Box, and QQQ have fallen again. Godlike Esports, the way that they're actually playing out these post-ban scenarios is just going for that relentless aggression and just not taking their foot off the pedal even when the spike is down. They do not want to hold the site. They want to meet QQQ's rotation head on and really cripple that before they can even see the face of the site, and it's working out so well for them. And now for the first time in the match, they find themselves in the lead at 3-2.
This is a really smart. This is a really important lead, sorry, coming out from the side of Godlike as well, because you do have to remember, if you let the side of Godlike gain a lot of momentum, they are gonna be snowballing you even further. And when you see a player like Deathmaker feeling himself and then just taking operators out almost instantly, he is gonna be a driving force for your team. And already the bodies are gonna be piling on. Up the first member has gone down, but Trixty, what was that shot on the Deathmaker? He couldn't even blink. One more body has it piled on up with the positioning coming out from Bullet as well. This is probably going to be a thrifty coming out for the side of the defenders, ladies and gentlemen. It's only going to be Shivi trying to find out something, but with the bonuses coming on through, it's going to be Shivi being able to find the first initial pick up. One knife does hurt him though, so that is going to be taking him down to only 84 HP and 17 armor to work with. In the long run, will he be able to find much? Shock darts are going to be raining on in onto the back, and Shivi has his own shock darts, throwing it out to see what he can find at the bare minimum with the lineups, but with the shock darts as well, finding so much value. The spike is in no man's land pretty much, and with the push coming on through, they have the guns, they have everything that they need to pull off this thrifty. And honestly, Red Bro, this is gonna be a tall order for the side of Shivi to come up on top.
I have the spike.
Box out Trixie holding with that Sheriff, but BB1 is right there on the opposite side of Box. Takes him down with a Phantom, just an easy spray down. He was already taken down very low with the incoming bullets and the shock darts being rained down by Godlike Shivi. Trixty from that particular C site area, but Trixty coming in clutch with those two rapid Sheriff headshot kills on towards Deathmaker. The first initial kill had a lot of value because you take down Deathmaker and Flex from the game, and that's gonna make Godlike lose a lot of their attacking power going on towards the side, because Sova and Cypher, although they're very good agents on their own accord, they really can't facilitate a push on towards the side as effectively as you would with a Phoenix and a Jet combination. As the run it back has been popped by Godlike Flex himself, he's gonna go in, BB1 himself, he's gonna run on towards this mid-side area here. He's gonna find out White Horse, though he does. He spots out the pixel to brush him through the crates and takes him down really easily.
Oh my
Deathmaker
God.
meanwhile takes down Bullet before his teammate can even see him. He's like, no, I'm not gonna let you have that kill. I see someone, I shoot, they die. That's pretty much the name of the game for him. As the Hunter Series comes down from Trixty, he's gonna find Death. He's not gonna find anyone though. Daphnikov is gonna get taken down by Godlike Flex near that area from a long. The recon dart does spot out Flex. As the retake is on, it's a 4v3 scenario. They can actually make this work.
A little bit of a bad curveball, but still he has one more to work with, and the retake scenario has already started on out, but still Deathmaker, he's not gonna get letting anyone walk out of his crosshair vicinity. One by one, the bodies are piling on down onto the side of CT, opts to go in for that flick, but the flick is not gonna be in his favor. Instead, it's gonna be Shivi with the flick of his own, being able to shut down the Omen. Bones trying to do what he can, but in the long run, it's not gonna be enough. He needs to be a little bit more careful and try to coordinate better with his team. And the main issue in that round in particular was that the Heaven player was a little bit too aggressive. And with Bullet dying out so early in that round, that retake situation became nearly impossible. This is why you always need to either wait for your Sova to set you up properly for the retake, or you need to make sure you use that recon bolt and immediately push down onto the side together. A little bit of a communication gap coming out from the members of QQQ, so now it is going to be them being forced onto another eco round, and this is another chance for Godlike to make it even big, make the gap between them even bigger, or it could be QQQ getting another thrifty for their side.
Another thrifty indeed. They do have 3 assault rifle buys coming out from 3 members of QQQ though, so that's going to be a little bit of a power balancing on towards the side where they are holding, as the Filter does spot out the push coming out from Godlike. Flex is going to be hit by that alarm bot. He's going to be taken down to multiple levels. No one's falling up with the shot though. They use that hot hand, use those hot hands near that CT area, cutting out the rotation from all members of QQQ. No. Daphnikov takes down a really huge kill on towards Hypon. The spike has been dropped. Is he going to be able to take down the second kill? He does. Trixie takes down one. Godlike Flex is going to get that reflag. Is he going to be able to get the second one though? No. Godlike Flex takes down 3 members of QQQ, opening up the site for his team. Godl, Bullet, and QQQ Bullet and Bones. They're pushing on towards and the curveball, still opting to hit him, even though the dash was there on towards the box area. And Godlike Deathmaker, happy to oblige with 2 kills of his own. This man has been absolutely beasting it, but nothing being taken away from Godlike Flex himself. He got 3 rounds, 3 kills on the board for that round, and the duelists really leading the charge for Godlike Esports in this particular game. 5-3 is the score line. The attackers are now finally finding their stride, and for QQQ, they really need to win out this round in order to have some semblance of power comparison going on to the next ones. It's going to be really, really critical. But for Godl, looking at their economy, they're in a very comfortable spot at 5-3.
That is for sure. I do believe that Flex, he got a little bit mad at Deathmaker being like, hey, I'm supposed to be the one on flexing here. That's my name. You're supposed to be the Deathmaker, so you should be doing that while you let me flex a couple of my own skills here. He was able to get quite a lot of kills in that one particular round, but it seems as though now, on this round in particular, QQQ, they're opting to play for the retake instead. But look at the positioning from the side of White Horse. White Horse, if he sets everything up, he could be getting a lot of kills as they're making their way down onto the other side, but he does hear out the turret, and he does spawn out Bones onto the side of Garage itself. So much information being given away. They're trying to run on away, but with the position coming on through, Ivan with the spray, he actually gets a triple kill. A couple of more kills are going to be coming out now. Deathmaker with the white swing of his own catches BB1 off guard. The positioning and the map control from all of the members on the side of Godlike just so clean, and on the map will pavement, they seem absolutely unstoppable, ladies and gentlemen. Ivan with that triple kill with that spray, and then the lurk coming out from White Horse. That's all that you need to close everything out. That's going to be 3-6 on the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, another eco round coming out from the side of QQQ.
The strategic variety coming out from Godlike Esports is just absolutely phenomenal. The versatility in terms of their post-plant scenarios is also being showcased in this particular game as well. We did see them going on towards aggressive peaks on that post-plant scenario, but right now what they did was they absolutely cut off the rotations. They had that information going on to them. QQQ did funnel themselves on towards a precarious situation in C-Long, though, allowing Haiban to get those 3 kills with the spray as an explosive push comes down on towards this particular side. QQ pull and take down Godl. But Deathmaker, what is just happening here? He's just absolutely feeling himself conducting aimbot exercises on towards these people. I mean, aim lab exercises on towards these people here. Right now, QQ Bones is gonna have to deal with the Titan here, and Godl Deathmaker again. It looks like he's just playing Kovacs, hitting targets left, right, and center, even after dashing. We don't see Jets recover so well after dashing because you're in a disoriented position where you have to get your bearings straight and find where the enemy team is. But for Deathmaker, he's just so quick with the reflexes going on towards a particular site. He needs to find someone, or even 2 people, just instantaneously after completing that dash on towards the site. Inhuman reflexes coming out from him. And right now, Godlike, the defense, the attacking variety that they've showcased, the relentless aggression that they're actually going for has rewarded them with a 7-3 on the board, as now they're going to stack up towards this seaside, but they do know that Bullet is right there with the operator. The Cloudburst does go down. They're going to try and bait him out. Deathmaker opting to go super aggressive against Bullet here. He's just so confident going in for these sorts of picks, even with just a Cloudburst. Look at him. He's isolated in that angle. He's still not relenting. Gets a kill on an operator. Not before falling to Trixty though, but that doesn't matter. He got the operator kill with just 1 person. He was right there isolated with the Cloudburst. And he's like, okay, I don't care. I'm just going to peek that operator and just kill him outright. And that's exactly what he does. Godlike though, in a bit of a pickle. They do have 3 members against 4 of QQQ. Will they get the spike down on towards B or rotate towards A?
The level of confidence that Deathmaker has, and he played it so properly as well. But now going onto the side of B itself, it is going to be a push coming out from the side of Flex, but instead it's going to be Bones being able to shut down Flex as he tries to go in for an aggressive peek. BB1 chimes in on the back end as well, being able to take down Chivy, and now Haiban only 46 HP to work with, not much health whatsoever, so he's going to be looking out to see if he can get a couple of exit frags and see who's going to be aggressive from the side of QQQ, taking us down to a 2 versus 2 hopefully, so he will have the best possible chance to get a clutch for himself. Knows for a fact that 1 member is holding down from the side of mid window, but the crosshair placement is not going to be reigning supreme, so he's going to be looking for a couple of body shots at the bare minimum. Gonna try to push on in onto the side of Garage, but BB1, he knows exactly where Haiban's going to be at. Opts to go in for that swing, get his own kill on that accord. 4-7 on the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen, and already with the last round of this half, QQQ, they still have a fighting chance if they're able to take it down to a 5-7, because you do have to remember, Red Bro, that once the side of Godlike go onto the defensive half, we saw how good Deathmaker is on the rifle. Imagine what will happen when he pulls out that operator.
We haven't seen that operator in game 1 though. We want to see that happen right now, but not for this round. It's gonna be QQQ Bullet opting to go for a really aggressive peek out on towards 3 members of Godl. Not before having his team secure a trade kill. QQQ Bones takes down Flex. He is one of the quintessential members of Godlike throughout this entire game, so that's going to be huge for QQQ going on towards the rest of the round. But Deathmaker, he has the blade form ready. He's ready and willing, ready and raring, in fact, to try and get a few stabs of the knives. But Daphne is going to use that ultimate on towards that CT area, joined by his own teammate. Godl Shibby responds with the Hunter's Fury, gets a double tag on towards Stricty and Daphnikov. That's gonna be a pain in the rear side for QQQ when they actually go in for this particular retake, because now they're gonna be left on 70 HP going forward. The running back comes down from BB1. He's gonna find 1 kill on towards Deathmaker. The recon dart's gonna spot him down. Shibby's gonna fire at him through the smoke. The retake. It's definitely on as they now explode on towards the side. All members of QQQ are in towards that A area. Not only he's forced the molly, he's going to be forced to fall out. And Scales gets 1 kill on towards he still gets 1 kill on towards QQQ Bones before using the neural set, but it's all gonna be QQQ's round. BB1 with the crucial molly to push out Whitehorse from beneath that dark cover, not before losing his teammate though, but with the molly and the kills, with the run it back, he was able to facilitate a win for his team. That's going to relieve a lot of the pressure coming out from QQQ, as now they are on attack, and even on defense they're going to have to deal with the fact that Godl loves to go aggressive. They love peeking out through those angles, meeting the attackers head on. Deathmaker and Flex, you can count on these 2 members to make those aggressive callouts, make those aggressive pushouts to meet their enemies and try and get a few picks off to really kill the attack before it even happens. So we're going to have to see how that actually pans out for them, as the first pistol round of the second half actually starts off.
They need to be careful though from all of the side of Godlike. If they try and let too much get away, it could be all but dangerous for them. But look at Deathmaker's positioning. But Daphnikov, he was ready for it. He was like, I don't know, my spider senses are tingling. My Deathmaker senses were tingling. Pretty sure he's pushing down from the side of mid, and he wants to kill one of us. Places down that turret to check that corner, and that is going to be deterring Deathmaker of pushing out any further, and gives a lot of information towards the side of QQQ. But at the same time, they're using a lot of their own utility, so that turret is now on a cooldown of 45 seconds. But at the same time, look at Whitehorse. Whitehorse slowly but surely pushing up, from the side of A-Long, trying to take aggressive control from there, has his camera to watch his back. So here is where the side of QQQ, they need to decide. Either it's a full send rush down onto the C side, or they have to rotate down onto A into their waiting arms of Whitehorse. They need to be fast though, because with only 45 seconds left on the clock, there's not really a lot of time to go for. And already QQQ, they spot out the player, and now they have made their decision of going down for a fast rush down onto the side of C.
The Paranoia is going to find all 4 members of QQQ, though. Curveball's not going to find anyone except for Godlike Shibby being branded by the Paranoia. Return coming out from them. BB1 doesn't know that someone is there, but Deathmaker comes strong and kills them. Hyvon finally peeks out from that corner area to assist his teammate. And Godlike Deathmaker. What was that? He just ran through all members of QQQ. It was like he was a trained special forces operative, just really running around and getting those one taps with the goes, going for it. And my god. Yeah, exactly. Deathmaker is John Wick. He's exactly like John Wick. He's going in with the silence pistol, taking everyone down with pinpoint precision, and he's just absolutely bossing it at this point, facilitating win after win after win for his team. And there's just no stopping him.
In the last particular round, Hyvon, he was stuck in a very sticky situation of his own. But now, moving on to this round itself, I think that QQQ, they are bad. They're doing a full set rush down onto the back end. But Flex and Deathmaker, they're mowing them down one after the next. Whitehorse for the sideline. It is a bloodbath down on this A side, ladies and gentlemen. Whitehorse with the double, Flex with the double, Deathmaker with one of his own. so much bloodshed happening down on this A side. QQQ, I do believe that they just wanted to get that eco round over with, but at the same time, you want to do as much damage as you possibly can, because looking at the scorecard, it's 5 and 9 already. You need to try and establish some form of a lead to give you that chance when it comes to your consecutive buy round, so that you can snowball it even more. It's all about the long-term play when it comes to the game of Valorant. One round win is not going to be getting you as far if you are not able to establish further round wins as well. And now with the first buy round coming out for the side of QQQ, it's now their do or die. Otherwise, they're giving away double digits towards the side of Godlike.
Definitely, and it is going to be Deathmaker with his imposing and looming threat Vandal in that A-long area. The way that they actually set up a kill zone on towards that A side was just so well meticulously planned out. It was one of the most... This game is one of those where you see a lot of defensive and an offensive strategic variety coming out from one team. And Godl, they've shown that not only can they hold a side and set up these kill zones, they can also meet the teams head on with aggression when they're on defense, and just really take the rounds for themselves. They can facilitate these sorts of defensive and offensive varieties just because of the fact that how good Deathmaker and Flex are on their particular agents, in their particular roles, in fact, of being entry fraggers, of being duelists, going on towards the side, going and meeting the enemy team head on with aggression. Coming on towards two members of QQQ, but Godl, Flex, and Hyvan have other plans for the side of them. Godl, Flex, 4 kills with the Spectre. He does not care about your rifles at all, QQQ. Uses the spray control of the Spectre, even when you're running, to great effect throughout the aim of all members of QQQ, and that is the stronger part of that is the map. That's the part of the map where the SMG is one of the more stronger weapons of the game against an assault rifle, provided you cannot get the one-tap headshot at that close range with the rifle. And QQQ, they just couldn't find the shots, they just couldn't connect them, and Flex happily taking 4 kills for himself on the scoreboard.
That was a beautiful round coming down as well, because you do have to remember that was the first buy round and they needed to be careful about it. But what is this? What is Deathmaker doing? I understand this is an eco round, but those pixel perfect headshots as soon as the peaks come on through, he's just systematically dismantling the entirety of the side of QQQ. But at the same time, finally, it's going to be Flex on the back end being able to find 1 kill of his own. Bolts being able to find 1 down onto another. Bolts finally being able to shut down the menace known as Deathmaker. But Shimmy's there with the shock darts 1 by 1, sending it straight into the sides of Bullet. But Bullet's going to be able to dodge it out, survive to live for another day, to try and fight even more, to try and get something for his team. But Bone slowly but surely is making his way down towards the A side, trying to get this plant. Does get a rifle for himself, and with the teleports coming on through, he's going to be able to get this plant off. But at the same time, it is already a 2 versus 3 situation on the map, ladies and gentlemen. One member still does have a gun though, so will they be able to find it out? And will the side of QQQ be able to get a thrifty down in this 3 versus 2?
It's gonna be a big ass though, as QQQ Bones is taken down to dangerously low levels of HP. He's lurking in those dark cover areas so that Godlike can actually push up. But Godlike White Horse! Random spray through the smoke, opts to find a headshot on towards QQQ Bones. What is happening here? Bullet tries to push out, but White Horse has other plans here. He gets that instant micro correction on his aim and just gets that final kill on towards a Bullet. Godlike not relenting here at all. They're going for aggressive peaks. They're switching it up, holding on to those defensive lines with the kill zones on there. And my goodness, Deathmaker, even though he fell in that particular round, Flex and Hyvan, along with Shivy, they just held QQQ's attack near that A site, forcing Bones to make a rush, mad dash towards that A site, try and get a plan off to try and save the economy of their team. It did work out in the fact that they did land the spike, but the way that Godlike actually went in for that particular retake was just so menacing. They covered every single angle, and QQQ just didn't have a semblance of an answer for it. And right now, they sit themselves on the precipice of match point. Godl, they're contemplating a push on towards the seaside, which is completely empty, mind you. The dark covers go down towards the critical choke points of this area, as now the explosion onto the site is coming down. The spike carrier has not shown himself, though. The spike plant is going to go down, and Shivy is going to respond with shock darts of his own. The double shock darts come down. It's not going to hit Godl Shivy, though. It's going to hit a bit... it's not going to hit Trixty though is gonna hit Bullet a little bit, but
Ooh.
BB1 falls from Godlike Flex using the run it back. Ooh, that's a nice shot coming out from Trixty, but he's gonna pay for half with his life. Deathmaker, my goodness, I have no words to describe this guy right now, and he just leaves me even more speechless. The counter strafing, the positioning, the crosshair placement, the timing, the reflexes, everything about this guy is just absolutely out of this world. And Deathmaker again with 20 plus kills. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the games where both these teams are so evenly matched, and to get 26 kills on the board is such an amazing achievement, and that is a testament to what an amazing player Deathmaker is, and he's showcasing that so well throughout this game.
One by one, he just tried to get as many body counts as he possibly can. 26, but still, right behind him is going to be Flex, holding up to his name, being like, hey, I know for a fact you're the big shot here, but still, give me a chance, give me a couple of kills of my own. He gets 21 to make sure he's trying to even things out with the Deathmaker on his side, but at the same time, Deathmaker, I don't think he got the memo. I don't think he should be aggressive, but Deathmaker, he's being as aggressive as he possibly can. Deathmaker with a 4K. What were these headshots? But Bones chimes in with a couple of his own headshots to make it even once more time, but Hypon's gonna be there onto the side of C-Long. I can see the shock in your face. The shots were disgusting from the side of Deathmaker himself, but still, ladies and gentlemen, that is an end to the side of Payment. Such an explosive performance from all the members of the side of Godlike, but still, this is why we call this map the playground of Deathmaker. Pixel perfect accuracy when it comes to his headshots. He's an absolute menace whenever you face him on this particular map.
And we witnessed such an amazing performance from him. Even on the last round, he put on such an amazing show for us. But we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty details of this explosive match in the Western Digital match highlights. So aggressive. The way that Godlike actually showcased their defensive versatility and the variety of their strats. Deathmaker and Flex were just absolutely bossing it out there, using those amazing angle peaks that they're so well known for, counter strafing, using the crosshair placement, getting those insane headshots that are beyond our comprehension as mere mortals. We were just, you know, spectators of the glorious performance that Deathmaker just actually put out in the first two games that we actually saw him playing in. The last round was just the cherry on the top, and it just was a really good summary of the entire series. Deathmaker going in aggressively, not giving any sort of semblance of care for his life, going in aggressively against 4-3-2 members of QQQ and getting those rapid headshots off. And that is exactly what Godl really sealed the deal with. QQQ, not a lot wrong being done from their side. It's just that they didn't have any response to Flex and Deathmaker, and that just proved to be their folly in this particular series. And that is just so unfortunate, because how do you counter talent? How do you counter that? There is no counter.
As you just stated, it was a lot about the confidence problems coming out from the side of QQQ. They were not expecting, like, you as a player, this is not a ranking, this is a competitive tournament, and when you see something like this, that has got to be scaring you. It felt as though Deathmaker, he was just playing ranked. He was just pushing on in, showcasing his raw talent when it comes to his mechanical aim, and just popping heads constantly. That is going to be affecting your confidence. Like, we as players, when it comes to our own ranked games, whenever something like this happens, we are going to falter. We are going to feel scared of trying to do anything, and that is where the side of Godlike were able to come out on top. They were constantly in the heads of the side of QQQ, just corralling them and forcing them into a dark corner where they had nowhere to run. Deathmaker, he was the boogeyman of this matchup, but still, at the very end, I will have to say that QQQ, you had a really long journey to come on through, take yourself this far in this tournament, but at the very end, it was Godlike. They have the more experienced player. They are the team that have been able to even take down the likes of Global in a lot of their own matchups, so you do have to remember that, take this as a learning experience and come back even stronger into your own following matches. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, before we do end things off, I would like to remind you of the deals that we have set up for you down in the description below. Let it be the Western Digital Black SSDs, which are purpose-built for gaming, or the AMD Ryzen 5000 series processors, which will allow you to both game and multitask with ease. It is going to be the end of today's sports sets, and thank you all for watching. It was a real treat casting with you, Red Bro, and both of these sets that we did have today were just explosive. And it was a real treat to watch Deathmaker just play ranked and frag the hell out wherever he goes. But Remember to check the links out in the description and also to hit the like and the subscribe button before you go off. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be me, Aggressive, and Red Bull signing on off, and we're going to be back with you soon tomorrow with the WD Black Open Cup powered by AMD Ryzen with the Esports Club as our esports partner.